I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dr. Riekeman or ever had any classes or heard any seminars that he gave. But he passed away last weekend, and people who knew him, like myself and my wife, are devastated because he was a friend of mine. He was a mentor and a hero to me. My wife and I had the very good fortune of spending a really good amount of time with him. My wife even more because she's the head of student ambassadors, and he's the one who found the student ambassadors, and he asked her to take on that role in 2010. So she spent a lot of time working with him, and this man was a visionary. Like, you would not be here if it wasn't for him and Dr. Sid. Right? Dr. Sid started this place. He was also an amazing visionary and I was a huge fan, and he was another one of my mentors and heroes. For years and years and years, I listened to him in DE every single time, even when I was in New Jersey, flew down 4 times a year just to hear Dr. Sid. But after everything that happened with Life University and Dr. Sid had to step down, it was Dr. Riekeman who saved this school. Pretty much single-handedly. And I know that what we're standing in now, like this building is the Riekeman Center, for chiropractic education. And it's a worthy name because he was an amazing hero. He was an amazing visionary. The things I love that he used to talk about is some of the philosophies. This is a Disney philosophy, but he talked about it too. Clean when it's clean. Do you understand what that means? Like clean when it's clean. In other words, you don't wait for something to be dirty to clean it. You are constantly cleaning it. That's Walt Disney. If you go to Disney World, now I haven't been there a number of years because my kid's older, but if you go to Disney World, I used to go all the time with my son, and the place was always immaculate. There's no garbage on the floor. There's no, all the shelves in all the little stores are perfect. Everything is perfect because they paint before it needs to be painted. They clean before it needs to be cleaned. They're emptying trash before the garbage can is overflowing. That place is run like unbelievable, but the reason is that it's a philosophy. Right? He had that philosophy. His dad was a chiropractor. His dad was one of the first chiropractors in the country to actually be appointed to the original state boards, because for many, many years, you heard about this, chiropractors were being jailed, etc. And then finally, chiropractors started getting recognition. And his dad, who was a chiropractor in, I think it was New Mexico, was one of the first chiropractors to be appointed to the New Mexico State Board of Chiropractic, which was run at that time by medical doctors. So chiropractic was in his blood, and his kid's a chiropractor, and his grandkids are chiropractors, right? So when you used to talk with Dr. Riekeman, or used to hear him talk on the stage, he would always lay out this amazing mission, vision, purpose, etc. And to be completely honest, I don't know who else can take his place in our profession right now. As sad as that is to say, I don't know who else has the kind of strength and leadership and vision that this man had. And I know that most of you probably have never interacted with him and never even saw him, but I wanted just to share a little bit about how special he was. This picture was taken in Italy. He asked me to come to Italy with a number of other docs to speak to the Italian Chiropractic Association to try to get more chiropractic in Europe is sort of like in a lot of places, this sort of pseudo unlicensed kind of place. So he was trying to get chiropractic to have a better standing in Europe, and that was one of his missions. And he asked me to speak about pediatrics, of course, in Europe, and it was amazing, time to be there and to spend time with him and some of the other greats in our profession. And he also, right after this, he asked me, and we sat down a number of times about this. He asked me to, like, if you were to create a pediatric-based office, what would you want in it? And I had a number of one-on-one conversations with him, like designing like this kind of office of the future that was never really put into total play. But just to have that time with like your hero is really kind of cool. And I will cherish those conversations just like I cherish some of the times I spent with Dr. Sid and some of these other amazing chiropractors that I've met over the years, like Dr. Barge and Dr. Dick Santo and all these amazing greats that, like, to me means so much. Dr. Webster, Dr. Jeannie Ohm. I have known some of the most amazing chiropractors. But the reason I'm bringing this up, and like I said, like I don't know who would replace him, is I hope one of you guys is that next person. One of you guys, and meaning when I say guys, I'm from New York, that's what we say. So one of you students will have the passion and the motivation and the determination to do the big things that he did. To have the vision to change this to save and to change this university the way he did. I hope one of you guys takes that on that role, because we really need that leader, that one leader that everybody can look up to. And he was working on stuff until the day he died. Working on new ideas. I've spoken to him last year about some new ideas that he was working on. Bless you. And to me, there's nobody else like him, but I'm sure there's someone in the wings brewing, and I hope it's one of you guys.